Hey guys, daily recap for February 24, 2022. Pretty nuts day that we had. We came into the market, we were looking for a bounce right out the gate. Didn't know how long it was going to last, but I said basically, let's hold the longs until the trends break. Maybe we'll get topping later on. I did also tweet that and, was giving ideas all day. But we started the day off. Last night we had Tesla and Amazon put spreads. And obviously we got a huge gap down on Tesla. We had the 700, 690 put spreads, which we sold the entire lot. Or actually one half out the gate and we took the rest off. Same with Amazon. We had the put spreads at negative 13 cents. We actually had them on for a credit. And those ended up opening up around 3,100% gain on that. And the Amazon were up, I believe it was 7,000 something percent. Let me just take a look. Obviously, with these huge moves overnights, got a little bit lucky with that in regards to, the situation, as terrible as it is. So, 7,600% on the Amazon. And then basically all day we traded from the long side. A ton of trades today. We were right like 95% of the time. There wasn't many trades that were bad. Tesla, we did long at $711. We rode it up the entire day into the 770 area. We also rolled into 800 and 850 calls. 800 calls ended up getting in the money. Those ended up going around 640% to the upside. So that was a pretty good trade there. The roll went up about 177%. What else did we do? We did some NVIDIA on the long side equity. We did UPST on the long side equity, which ended up working nicely. We rolled into 235 NVIDIA calls, which went up 300-400% by the end of the day. UPST, we had it long equity. We ended up selling the equity, grabbing 120 calls. And obviously you can see that those are almost 12 points in the money at the moment. And I can tell you how much those are up. I don't know the complete calculation just because everything was moving so quickly into the close. Those are, I think they may be 1,000% or pretty close to. No, sorry, not quite. 737% UPST, so not bad. Couple other trades that we did some SPY calls. We did the 425 calls pretty quickly out the gate. Those worked nicely. We also did next week's 425s. Those worked well. We did next week's 430s, 440s, and those ended up getting a nice push into the close. We actually rolled in some 450 calls as well. And we have tomorrow's 430s, which ended up going up. There's so many trades. Let's see here, around 370% on those. One of the trades that we did take today that didn't work, we did do snow pretty early on, 275 calls. It ended up pulling back and stopping us out, and then we ended up grabbing the 275 calls again at 45 cents. I'm not sure if you guys saw snow today, but it did have a sweep, those 275s, about 4,000. There we go. Where is it? Oh, sorry, wrong thing. You'll see the volume on it. About 4,000 volume came in. And basically, we rolled that up until the end of the day. And that was another pretty big trade for us, which ended up going, 590%. Some other trades that we did today, we did Amazon on the long side, the 30-50 calls, which ended up swinging overnight as well. We ended up grabbing these at $2, and you can just see where they're at right now. So they almost went up 900%. That was another good little trade, obviously 880% on those. Dash was another one that we took on the long side. And we can see that. We took the hundreds and we also rolled down into the 98 calls, which worked out nicely. We took some JMIA 8 calls, which ended up getting in the money. On the small side, on the equity side, we did IRNT on the long side. We rolled this up a couple times. We did Airbnb. We did that CRYN, I think it was, or CYRN. And we rolled that up into the 6s. We had BA long, we had DDOG long, which ended up working nicely on those two. We had Coop long, which worked out well. We actually did some CVX off the lows intraday, after the morning. We got a nice little bounce on that. We did 135s and 140 calls on a roll. Facebook, we were long. That worked out nicely. Basically, most things worked. I'm trying to find something that didn't work on the equity side. There's got to be something. I think we might have been good with everything on equity. Yeah, equity was 100% hit rate, guys. And then the option side, the only stuff that didn't work is we grabbed a hedge on the SPY, which obviously it's a hedge. It didn't work, or it's not supposed to work. That was one thing. And then we also did some PM 100 puts, which ended up not working. So, out of all the trades, a couple things didn't work, and then the rest that did work went up like 300, 400, 500, 600% plus. So started the day off with some really good, trades out the gate, and then obviously, very bullish action. And if you traded today, I'm sure that if you played on the long side, you did well. If you fought the trend by any means, you did bad. Obviously, you would have got squeezed out of everything. If you didn't understand what was going on today, it was a short squeeze off the lows. I think what happened was you got plunge protection team coming in. You had hedge funds. One of the traders in the room, he speaks with a lot of institutional traders and funds, etc. And basically, he was saying that he was seeing money flow and hearing money flow out of short positions on ETFs, short positions on some of the high PE tech names, and that's clearly where the squeeze started, and then it continued. And the afternoon is where we started to see the actual buying step in. So, they couldn't bring it back down. Buyers started to step in as the shorts unwinded more of their position, which caused that big squeeze at the end of the day, which, I did talk about on Twitter if you do follow me. Anywho, that's it. If you guys want to come trade with us, we do stream from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. every single day, 24/7 Discord chat. And yeah, we have a pretty good time in the room. A lot of knowledge, a lot of education, and probably some of the most experienced moderators I would think out there. I don't think anyone's got more than 100 years between three people out there, but we do. And if you add it all up, it's even more. Anyways, I'm just rambling on. Good day. Lotto Friday tomorrow. Excited to see what happens. Market closed out fairly strong. We'll see if we continue to squeeze. Thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Any questions? SpartanTrading.com.